You're obviously
No,
not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are welcome
This is not a
here.
Muslim country. This is a Christian country, and
Stop
you need to
looking
leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
Here she is, Dasha Kilpatrick, not a nurse, which is what I suspected when that video came out, because lots of other professions wear scrubs. No, massage therapist.
Oh, massage therapist is actually more expertise than I thought she had. I thought she worked for a factory that made scrubs. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and this is Racist of the Week, where we explore the stupidity and hypocrisy of discrimination in hopes we could build a more perfect union. And also laugh. As usual, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Racism. And of course, if you have any nominees, you can drop them in the comments. You can email me at admin@ReeseWaters.com. Today's nominee, a Texas woman who lost her job after a viral confrontation is drawing fresh attention after supporters helped her raise more than $100,000 on her behalf. And by the way, that number is significantly higher than that. But let's start here. Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Valentina Gomez must be furious. You know what I mean? She must be furious. She was like, I went all the way down to Texas and hated on Muslim people, all the Islamophobia. And not only did I not raise no money, they packed me up from the election. Huh. I guess she didn't have the complexion for the hatred. Huh? I guess that's what that is. Another thing that I noticed, she made sure that she got caught in her scrubs, huh? She made sure, so she learned from old girl over at Cinnabon. Make sure they know that I'm working, so that when I grip the money, you know what I mean, I have a, you know, now they know I got something to lose. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be Shiloh Hendricks. You know, everybody can't. We needed to communicate that we actually did in fact lose something. Now, let's look at the state of play right now for Maga. How to make money as a Muslim hater. Say some horrible things about Islam online many times. Do it more often in person. Harass Muslims anytime you see them. Make sure it gets captured on camera. And 4, pray it goes viral. You'll become an instant hero. You may get fired from your job, but you'll get another job. And you get to set up a GoFundMe account and get thousands of dollars. These people are actually really smart. They capitalize on the hate and stupidity of the masses to make money. Okay, now a couple of things. GoFundMe must be also furious that they get looped into this. A off-brand GoFundMe Give, Sing, Go been throwing GoFundMe into the midst of this entire time. So let's get that clear. Then to the point that you made about these people are actually really smart. Just smarter than the rank and file Magas. You know what I mean? Just smarter than the rank and file Magas. And that's a very low bar.
I love the poorly educated.
Their ordinary trip to the grocery store soon became far from ordinary as it escalated into a publicly documented confrontation that would soon spread like wildfire on the internet and draw attention from strangers nationwide. The recording shows 2 women, presumably in hijabs, as the female medical professional approaches them inside the supermarket. In the video, you hear the scrubs-wearing woman inform the duo, "You're not welcome here," before stating that she's well-versed in Islam and identifying it as a terrorist group rather than a religion. Yeah, we're going to circle back around to the well-versed. Notice she didn't say well-read. She said well-versed. When one of the women challenges the woman in scrubs, she retorted, "It's not a Muslim country, this is a Christian country," ultimately advising the 2 women to go back to your Islamic country where you came from. The case comes against a backdrop of increases in anti-Muslim incidents across the nation. In 2025, the Council on American Islamic Relations recorded over 8,600 complaints of discrimination involving Muslims in the U.S., the largest single-year total since the group began tracking complaints in 1996. What? A rise in Islamophobia? And Fox News didn't tell me nothing. No, they still got the one Cornell kid up there about not wanting to work for a Jewish person. All day.
Barack Hussein Obama.
If his middle name is Hussein, what is wrong with people that bring up his middle name?
Texas ranked among the 5 states with the highest number of complaints that year, along with Florida, Illinois, Minnesota, and Oklahoma. The report also documented 555 incidents nationwide as direct hate incidents, separate from employment and immigration-related complaints. Well, Texas, you must be so proud. You must be so proud. And I say that with all the sincerity of congratulating a Cowboys fan. Take it away.
Out of here. You're really not welcome in this state or this country.
You are wearing scrubs. You work with
It
people
doesn't
of all
matter.
cultures.
What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam.
Let me go ahead and interrupt you right there while you gather your thoughts. Warlord and PDF. Who you talking about? Who you talk? You better not have said that in a red hat. You better not have said that in a red hat. Oh no, it's gonna come back.
Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not a
because you're
religion.
not educated
Not a
about
religion.
it.
I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are
This is
welcome
not
here.
a Muslim country. This is a Christian country.
It's a Christian country. Now, if it was a Christian country, wouldn't it be a very easy requirement for the leader of said Christian country to know a Bible verse? Wouldn't that be, you know what I mean, for the Christian country, a verse?
2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17. That's the whole ball game.
How about a book? Does he know a book? No, the art of the deal is not in the Bible.
Stop, please.
You need to leave.
You need to leave.
You're not welcome here.
We have citizenship
Why do you work
here.
in healthcare if you're like
You need
this?
to leave. You need to go back to your Islamic country where you came from. Okay?
No.
Everybody's aware of why you're here.
No.
Okay, so don't think that we don't know, and don't think you're gonna get away with it.
I'm pretty sure we're kind people, but you're not being kind, so you can get out of here. You're not welcome.
Let's also just establish that she is pressing them. So they are the ones that are the problem, but you are the one that can't go about your business. You should be over here focused on making sure you hit them double coupons, but you more interested in communicating with them, but they're the problem. We're gonna circle back around to that. Don't worry.
You are wearing scrubs. You work with
It
people
doesn't
of all
matter.
cultures.
What matters is that you worship a terrorist who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
not
because
a
you're not
religion.
educated.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Didn't you say you were well-versed? You said you repeating yourself. We ain't got no explanation for none of it. You continuing to repeat the same 3 lines does not make it an explanation. I don't know who told you that. I just, like you having a debate yelling out of a car window. Like you in person right now. This ain't going.
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
And by the way, I know she's getting a lot of credit right now for being in scrubs. Don't give her that.
Not a religion. I'm very educated on this subject.
No, because you're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are welcome
This is not
here.
a Muslim country. This is a Christian country. And
Stop
you need to
looking
leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
Now, if I told you that they were grown adults walking among us, repeating a 12-second audio loop that they heard on Fox News out loud, y'all wouldn't believe it. And Maga, if I told y'all that's what y'all sounded like, y'all wouldn't believe it. I'm surprised she didn't start with the commercial that hit after they tossed. And not to mention, oh, by the way, that whole well-versed part.
One, the sheer ignorance of thinking that we worship Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Like, if you're going to be a bigot, at least be an accurate bigot. We worship God, the same God that Christians and Jews worship. And the fact that they are so unhinged in their hatred that they don't even know how we worship, but they hate us anyway, speaks to how dangerous they actually are.
Wait a minute. I know he didn't say what I think he said. I know he didn't say. Now I knew that, but it didn't occur to me. I wanted Qasim Rashid to come through and clear a beat. You know what I mean? I was setting him up. You know what I mean? That was my Dwayne Wade to the LeBron. That's all that was. Yeah, boy. Y'all out here talking about they worship a warlord and a PDF, and it's the same God y'all serve, and y'all didn't think any. You can't make this up. You said you were well-versed? What verses was you reading? We're not talking about the Melania book.
2, we are not a Muslim country or a Christian country or a Jewish country or an atheist country. We are a democratic republic, a secular government that champions separation of religion and state. And if you don't believe me, look at Article 11 of the 1797 Treaty of Tripoli, ratified unanimously by the U.S. Senate, signed into law by President Adams, the third president, a founding father, which says the government of the United States of America is not, in any sense, founded on the Christian religion.
Now, Maga, did he not only give you a lesson in the religion that you are claiming to be an expert on, but a lesson in the Constitution as well? The Constitution laying the foundation for the country that you are claiming ownership of and to push them out of, they're educating you? Yeah, that wasn't, they didn't say nothing about that in that 12-second Fox News loop, did they? No. Hey, they don't really like to actually talk about the Constitution ever on Fox News. They just say the word. Because believe me, if they open that bad boy up.
And third, I just want to point out how emboldened these fascists are. This was in Texas, who has been running a nonstop campaign of, Sharia law is coming to get us. And notwithstanding the projection of these Christian nationalists who actually want to implement Christian theocracy, the reality is that there is no Sharia law coming to get us. There is no Muslim out there. I don't care how conservative of a Muslim you find, you will not find any Muslim out there who has any kind of influence whatsoever in this country who wants to impose any kind of religious law. 1, because we're not morons, and 2, because Islam actually champions separation of religion and state as well. So by championing the U.S. Constitution, it is actually the most Islamic thing out there, because we believe in allowing people to have universal religious freedom, whether they are an atheist or a staunch believer is irrelevant to us. That aspect of justice and universal human rights must remain sacred. I will not be intimidated by this hate, and I ask you to support us and other Muslim commentators out there so we can continue to push back and fight against this disinformation, because I guarantee you, corporate media is not inviting us on. We need to build our own platforms. I'm grateful for the immense love and respect you guys show. I'm grateful for the support you guys continue to give. Let's continue to wage this true intellectual jihad of the pen against hate and bigotry and stand united. Much love to you guys. Peace out.
Now, wait a minute. Qasim Rashid, he said corporate media isn't inviting them on. That's odd. That is odd. Interesting. So you mean to tell me there's this huge rash of Islamophobia popping up all over the country, and none of the corporate media has seen fit to address it? I wonder why that would be.
Jesus Christ, Islamophobia, xenophobia, it's ridiculous. And while there's a lot of jobs that could require you to wear scrubs, if she does work in the medical field and she holds these kind of feelings about people based on how they look or who they worship, that's problematic, to say the least. So, Conroe, Texas, take a good look at her. Someone do me a favor. Tell me who she is.
Hey, y'all seen Tizzy's video? He look at, oh, too late. He found her. I was trying to get y'all a reward, but he good. That boy bad.
I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. I have an update on the video featuring this gym.
You're obviously not.
You need to leave. You're not welcome here.
We are welcome.
This is not a Muslim country. This is a Christian country, and
Stop
you need to
looking
leave.
at her like that, please.
You need to leave.
Yeah, don't hold your breath for the unemployed apology video. From everything I found on her, she is unapologetically awful. I will say this. I heard from many people that worked with her previously, and none of them had good things to say.
Wait a minute. Just so I'm clear, So the lady that has become a hero to the racist right wing is disliked in her personal life by those around her. That checks. Yeah, by the people that actually know her.
One of the ways that I confirmed it was her, because a lot of names got thrown around. There was several other posts that were naming other individuals that were definitely not them. I received multiple names. One of the ways I confirm that we were correct, aside from the victim saying, yes, that's absolutely her, is this image I was sent with a very familiar necklace, as you can see. I like when people really are into their jewelry and put it on display, and then they do awful things, and we can confirm it's them through their jewelry. But yeah, anyway, here she is, Dasha Kilpatrick, not a nurse, which is what I suspected when that video came out, because lots of other professions wear scrubs. No, massage therapist.
Oh, massage therapist is actually more expertise than I thought she had. I thought she worked for a factory that made scrubs. That's what I thought it was no way she could even stretch it to be a medical professional, but all right.
She knew the heat was coming because she changed her name online, but a quick perusal of Dasha's Facebook page paints a picture of someone who has bought hook, line, and sinker all of the anti-Muslim propaganda that's out there. But I had someone reach out to me who 2 years ago she sent these messages to on Instagram. 2 years ago, she was harassing this woman over a post she made about Palestine. So, yeah, consistently awful. And then a few people that she had worked with told me that she had something of a record.
I'm sorry, did you say she had a record? You say she had a record? The lady who's pressing the other people for being a problem. But she got a record. Oh, we've seen that before, have we not? We've seen that before. What'd you say? We see it every time there's a presidential address. That's true too. That is a very good point.
So maybe it isn't limited to just harassing people verbally. I don't know. I don't know what this case was about. I do want to take a moment to point out, on her LinkedIn, it said that she was a therapist at Inner Light Holistic Healing, specifically one in Conroe, Texas. But there's another one in Texas with a similar name. This one, run by Katie, and she has nothing to do with Dasha. Dasha's never worked for her. She's never met her. They just have a similar name of their business. So if you left a bad review or reached out to this person, apologize. They're not involved. Interestingly enough, though, to do what Dasha does, you need to have a permit. And it would seem that the permit that she currently has is a massage student permit. And there's some question about whether or not you could even operate on your own with a student permit. Either way, that permit is given and can be revoked. So if you want to take that up with the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation and talk to them about how she behaved, that's something you could do. There you have it. I'd say Dasha is almost certainly going to have the week she deserves. And it sounds like it's been a long time coming. I've had people reach out who she was a customer of and said, I'm Muslim. I had no idea that she felt this way. This is going to impact her day-to-day life. If you want to carry this kind of hate and be like this, that's your prerogative. But the people in your day-to-day life should know about it.
What? She had customers that were Muslim? That's really the way to get back at her.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
Nah, instead of firing her, they should have had a Muslim rally to go down to where she work at and just request her specifically. Just have her just massaging Muslim people all day, every day. You know what I mean? Set up a whole separate website for her and just call her the Muslim whisperer. Put a hijab on her and everything. That would have been it. That would have been it. Now, let's just establish the state of play. So we have a woman who was accosting strangers who were shopping and minding their own business, has absolutely no explanation for her hatefulness, not only misrepresents the religion, but also doesn't even understand fundamentally how they worship, does it while she's wearing her work scrubs at a place where they don't rock with her. And she got charges. Any idea where racist Maga gonna come out on this? Huh? Any idea? I'm just playing. I know y'all know.
A few moments later.
Stand with brave Texas healthcare worker. This woman was accosted in a store. When she responded, they videoed and posted only the half of the exchange. They played the victim. So let me get this straight. We are inventing alternate scenarios now. Can two play that game? Can two play that game? No, because I want to talk about how the fact that she showed up with a black guy. She showed up with a black guy, and it was all sorts of PDA going on, and they said, hey, you making everybody uncomfortable, hugging up and kissing up on this black guy. And then they asked him to leave naturally. So he waiting for her outside, and this is her get back on the people that had reported the PDA with the black guy. And you know what? He was wearing prison scrubs too. He was fresh out. He ain't even changed yet. I think she had picked him up, and they was trying to get on Love After Lockup. This is the first place they stopped, and this is just some static that she got into. That's my story. It's as real as yours.
You just made that up.
Please consider donating to the brave Texas woman who stood up against two Muslim women harassing her. She's been fired, doxxed, and receiving death threats. Show her other patriots are standing with her. Interesting. That's interesting. So the Muslim women were harassing her. Now, why would the Muslim women have been harassing her? Because she got scrubs on? Huh? Was it her necklace? Why would the Muslim women have been harassing her? Because she has a documented history of Islamophobia. That's just common sense and logic. But I know how far away y'all are from that. But I just want to land the plane right here, because the last person talked about they played the victim. Now you out here coming away from this video with they harassed her. You remember how y'all used to call everybody snowflakes? And y'all can't get enough of yelling about how the white man is oppressed?
Don't let anyone disenfranchise you because you're a young man, especially a young white male man.
Now, Maga, let me get this straight. So the black people are DEI. The Latinos are immigrants who won't assimilate. Latinos for Trump had to learn that the hard way. And now we have the Muslims that are all terrorists. Now, let me address all of those individual groups. I hope the writing is sufficiently on the wall for how they are opting to move, because it's a little insane that it was less than 2 years ago we had to sit here and address Latinos for Trump and the undecided and Black Maga who thought they were exceptions to the white supremacist rule. So let's establish that right here. Now, as far as the MAGAs are concerned, so you mean to tell me this man done came in and engaged in this level of open grift, done hijack your 401ks, got the farmers on their knees, got us in whole foreign wars that nobody wanted to get involved in after he said he wouldn't do such a thing, didn't release the Epstein files, and y'all letting him gaslight y'all against Muslims? Like it's 2002. Like you let him get now, hey, I know some on the payroll. I know it's some on the payroll, but I don't think she was. Y'all, do you realize? I just said it out loud. You know how dumb you gotta be? Do you know how dumb you gotta be?
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And let's look at this give, send, go. raised almost $250,000. Meet Dasha, a white healthcare worker who went viral for confronting two female members of the hijab squad in an HEB grocery store in Conroe, Texas. Now, this is where the video is going to shift a little bit, because I'm not going to really sit here and argue with you guys right to be racist. That's perfectly fine. What I am going to do, though, is hold you accountable for said racism, because you just went and called them the hijab squad in your basic description of events. Now, what credibility does that give to what follows? You know what I mean? What credibility does that? That's the way you want to describe it at the outset. No. You don't get to be racist and stand on any sort of superiority. You can't do both. That's going to be the theme here.
Damn it.
These aren't grateful assimilators. They're imported chaos agents via chain migration, refugee scams, and non-white diversity quotas. You say chain migration? Is that what you say right there? Bring up that meme real quick. Bring up that. Okay, so we got immigrants and we got anchor baby. Multiple immigrants and multiple anchor babies right here. Huh. Oh, but the white part. It's the white part. It's the white part. Got you. So it's not about what you do and how you behave. It's the white part. Let's make that very clear. They strut through American stores like conquered territory while demanding white women in scrubs kiss the ring or the rug, reaping our AC welfare and functioning society, then importing 7th century desert drama. I'm sorry, you said while expecting white women in scrubs to kiss the ring? No, the white woman, she kissed the brother's ring. She kissed the brother's ring. But before they escorted him outside, she had kissed his ring. But hey, we all get to invent our own reality, apparently. That's what y'all doing.
Man, this some more bull.
What you're watching is not just a disagreement. It's open Islamophobia in the middle of an HEB aisle in Conroe, Texas. We're not blurring this out or brushing it off. In no way is hate speech in public spaces ever acceptable to do to anyone of any race, any culture, or any faith. Always document incidents like this so we can keep sharing and amplifying them until people are held accountable and forced to face serious consequences, and until this kind of hate is impossible to ignore. Now, a couple things. You referenced it being open Islamophobia. That's clear, and they're standing on that. They are standing on the open Islamophobia, and I'm taking them at their hatefulness and moving past that. The point that you made about this kind of discrimination is not acceptable. This kind of hate is not acceptable to anyone, anywhere, in any place. Apparently, that's not the case. Apparently, that's not the case. Oh yeah, this is the highest increase in Islamophobic incidents since 1996. News ain't said a word. Yeah. Merit-based, right? She was clearly baited and exercised her free speech. 1,000% chance these women are not her client base. Literally, Muslims who hate us work in healthcare, especially in Texas. We don't want you here. Okay. As far as the she was clearly baited, no, that was a pet name for the brother. Yeah, that was a pet. Yeah, he called her his bait. And he would go and eat the bait. Yeah, it was a whole thing they was doing. So as far as she was clearly baited. Now you got that all the way wrong. But you hit me with these women are not her client base. Apparently they were. And had no idea that she felt this way. And it's just too bad that was a missed opportunity, because they should have made it her specific client base. That would have been the kind of justice that that I would personally like to see. But how about the part where you say Muslims who hate us work in healthcare? Well, you certainly aren't referencing them being a problem in healthcare. You aren't referencing a decrease in the quality of healthcare. So they haven't actually been a problem working in healthcare. You just have a problem with their being there in the first place. But then y'all want to turn around and say that specifically black folk and brown folk aren't qualified, and you want it to be merit-based. Here you got these Muslim people that are working in healthcare, minding their own business, and you got a problem because they're Muslim. You can't do both. You can't do both. And that is the beauty of the open racism. I mean, as disgusting as it is, the fact that they're willing to stand on the open racism deconstructs every single argument they try and make to legitimize it. Thanks for playing.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
A Muslim woman wearing a hijab was told to get out of her country while shopping at a grocery store in Texas. She was born here, she was shopping, she wasn't doing anything wrong. This is what happens when political rhetoric about who belongs in America moves from Washington into grocery stores. Words from politicians have consequences in real life. The Constitution guarantees equal protection regardless of religion, ethnicity, or what you wear. America is not a country for some Americans, it's a country for all Americans. Oh, you are absolutely 1,000% right there. But unfortunately, these poor women landed on the wrong side of a tried and true American tradition. And that is the inability to mind your business.
The crazy thing is, nobody's done nothing to anybody. Muslims ain't doing nothing to you. Christians ain't doing nothing to Muslims. Everybody living side by side. But you know what's wrong? Social media. Social media got people thinking that all this shit is happening. It's just not. Learn to mind your business. Go about your day. Leave folks alone.
Amen to that. I don't know what's so hard about that. I really don't know what's so hard about that. I just, some of y'all just can't. Didn't I say mind your business? Nancy Mace, didn't we say mind your business? I don't know what you... Oh, because you got all this free time on your hands now that your career's over. Is that what it is? You out here day tweeting from outside the bodega? That's all you got? Hey, you know what? Somebody go pick her up. Hey, take her back to South Carolina. She ain't roaming around D.C. in pajamas during the daytime. That's sad. It really is sad. Maga, I just want y'all to see how y'all look and sound right now.
No, get those lights off. Off. Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off.
If I can tell you're Muslim from looking at you, you aren't blending in. You're doing something wrong. You don't belong here. We're fed up. So we've gone from criminalizing people to, if I can tell you're Muslim from looking at you. That's where we're at. And Black Maga, I would love to. You want to know where? Huh? Y'all gonna wait around for that? Yeah, y'all probably are, because there's still some biscuit batter left. I know y'all probably are. Bring up that meme one more time. Yeah, bring up that meme one more time, because you said if I could tell you're Muslim from looking at you. The women in the HEB had better English than your girl Dasha. You want to guess? You want to guess how much of Melania's Christmas story I could make out? Since we talking about assimilation. She been here how long? Huh? With an Einstein visa?
It's been 84 years.
Again, so you have lost the ability to say it's about what you do or who you are. You lost it. You lost it with Hijab Squad. Y'all gave the whole game away. Yes, there is a cost to being this openly racist. It is expensive. You can't prosecute these cases anymore. Matter of fact, let me show y'all how y'all sound.
The peaceful majority of Muslims are totally irrelevant to me when I look at their 1,400-year history, and I see that they do not rise up against the extremism in their culture.
Oh, no. Yeah, we gonna mute the words. Oh no, because she talking about Maga. She talking about herself. She don't realize that, right? They'll yeah. Future generations are gonna look crazy at this era of time. Yeah, try it again, ma'am.
They allow it to flourish, they allow it to dictate, and they allow it to grow. There are nearly 2 billion Muslims in the world today. I don't know how they've managed to make themselves some DEI group when there's a lot more of them than there are us.
Go on.
The truth is, there's still a culture that allows hundreds of millions of women to suffer. They are still a culture that has not embraced democracy, that has not embraced freedom. So I'm simply not interested in making excuses for the peaceful majority.
It's on the nose, ain't it? It's on the nose.
It's not a disdain towards religion. It's a cultural problem that they have. And they're not fixing. That's not my fault. And we in the West need to get comfortable saying this. We cannot allow their culture to have any oxygen to grow.
Hey, somebody hand her a selfie stick. So yeah, somebody hand her a selfie, because she getting tired holding the phone. Hand her a selfie stick.
And if we allow that to happen, we too will be dictated by the violent minority that is over 200 million people. That's on the very low end.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I gotta steal the transcript for this for my next MAGA video. I need it.
Hundreds of millions that want to kill us, that want to force their religion and way of life and culture onto us. One that's not compatible with freedom.
Hey, shout out to her for the good content, huh? Shout out to her for the good content. And shout out to all of the MAGAs for once again losing money on racism. We say racism is expensive, and then you literally go pay to be racist. You can't make that up.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Now, I do want to end on a positive note whenever possible. I'm going to give a shout out to HEB, which has a history of inclusion. Shout out to y'all.
HEB really said Ramadan Mubarak to the Latino Muslims. So you know how it's sunnah to break your fast with dates, right? I was shopping for some, and a coincidence, I think not, as a Mexican Muslim, I came across these medjool dates con chili y limon, tajin. And they really said, Ramadan Mubarak, here's a $3 coupon for you, girl. Run, don't walk.
And I also want to give a shout out to everybody that has seen the hypocrisy in this and used it as a platform to highlight the Islamophobia that is hidden for far too long in the shadows. That's right, MAGA. You played yourselves.
Who is a warlord, a pedophile, and Islam is a terrorist.
I thought she was talking about you-know-who, but no, she wasn't. She was being racist. All right, let's forget about that stupid cow and let's talk about Knicks fans and the World Cup fans. And let's talk about how beautiful it has been to see people celebrate, to see people spread love, spread joy. It gives everybody hope. And people like that nurse there you just saw, brainwashed, so stupid. They're going to be so lonely when the world decides it wants to come together. Racists are going to be so lonely, and we're going to make sure you stay lonely. Because if we've learned anything through the World Cup and the Knicks winning, is that people really do want to come together.
I'm sorry, did you say focus on positive things like the Knicks? I mean, half of them done got arrested. No, not the Knicks. Y'all out there in the street. Y'all know who I'm talking about.